Hello, you beautiful people. Welcome to the channel. It's Rad, and in this video, you can watch the forecast for your star sign for the week 1st to 7th of September 2025. This will be Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and also Rising reading. And while probably most of you are here to listen to your sun sign, because it's going to show you the events that are going to happen to you throughout that first week of September. The moon sign is not less important, because listening to that reading of yours is going to tell you what feelings those events are going to provoke in you, whether you're going to like them or not, and so on. The rising sign reading is also important because it's a guidance reading telling you what is going to be the best way to handle those events around. So listening to those three major signs of yours is going to give you much broader perspective on what week is ahead of you, and also is going to personalize it to a big extent for you. So with that said, the first card for Sagittarius, that will be the Nine of Wands, followed by Ace of Pentacles. The third one, that will be Nine of Cups. And the fourth card for you, Sagittarius, that will be the Devil. So the week itself, the majority of it, it's going to be slightly underwhelming. And the reason for it is that Ace of Pentacles, which is into the second position. That is a position of what works against you. I'm going to get into it in a minute. But things significantly improve towards the end of the week itself. Now, the whole environment of the week, which is the first card for you, Sagittarius, that is Nine of Wands, it will give you a lot of freedom. To choose how, when, and where, literally, to handle the responsibilities. For example, if you do have any scheduled throughout the week, and in generally to manage your life. That is how the Nine of Wands pretty much operates. It gives you the room and as well the freedom to make your own schedule, for a lack of better word here. And the reason for it is that the majority of the stuff that you are going to deal with throughout the week are stuff which you have been into for quite some time. So you do have the necessary experience, you do have the necessary knack as well of how things work, and what one thing demands and what others not. So you can prepare yourself on a whim, or rather prepare the necessities on a whim, and pretty much involve yourself in every situation throughout the week without facing almost any difficulty whatsoever. And I do know that Nine of Wands, people usually interpret it as a battered man, but that on the head, it's not a bandage, it's a lifted up blindfold. Now the man sees and can arrange the wands behind him the way suits him best. So that is what exactly you will have the chance to do. To arrange everything around you, like people, activities, responsibilities, the way that suits you best, guys. And there is one additional thing to the Nine of Wands, which is a pretty specific case, and that is if you do lack a perfect match, whether for business, whether for dates, whether for a friend, anything, that perfect match will appear for you throughout the week. It's not guaranteed that you are going to make something in between each other, but definitely there will be someone out there that is going to cross your path that perfectly fits with your current existence, at least at that point. Now again, whether you're going to make something in between you two or not, it's entirely up to you. Thank you for choosing my channel to get your weekly forecast, and I really hope that it does helps you and it gives you some answers that you seek. If you do want to drive the situation home, however, and get more specific answers for it and more specific insight to it, you can go for a personalized reading to my website, which link you're seeing right now at your screen. You can find it as well in the description down below. Other than that, let's jump right away back to your video. Now the second card is what works against you, and that is Ace of Pentacles. Like I said, an underwhelming week, despite that you're going to have the freedom to do almost whatever you like. And that is going to be because, you know, what you like will fit within the expectations of the world, of the people around you. But the Ace of Pentacles into the second position shows that you're going to have the feeling that something is missing, that, you know, despite that you're doing everything by the book and that you are very efficient everywhere you go, everything you involve yourself into, it does not look like that it leads to something substantial, at least not at a first glance. And thus, despite the, you know, the relationships are going to be rather very harmonious that you're going to be involved in, the projects, the business projects, if you do have any that you run throughout the week, are gonna go into a really good direction here, with a potential to bring you a lot of resources, to bring you a lot of finances, so to speak, to be lucrative. In other words, the sense of content and happiness and exhilaration, it's going to be missing, not exactly missing, but it's not going to be as high as expected by you throughout the week itself. So that doesn't mean that you have to drop everything hanging. Like I said, that is just a temporary state, which towards the end of the week is going to improve significantly. Now the third card shows what works in your favor. Now we do have a Nine of Cups here, and the stuff that you're dealing with right now, whether that's a project at work, whether that's a person you're dating, you know, whether that's a friend that you have befriended throughout the week, or just you're spending time with them, Nine of Cups shows that these stuff that you are developing right now, despite they aren't bringing you currently the satisfaction you expect and you desire from them, they have the immense potential to do so, and they have the potential to transform, or to make themselves be a sources of happiness for you. Those sources of happiness will require from you to make a constant maintenance. And while that's a card that helps you, that guarantees your fulfillment and fullness of life, you know, sensual joy that you're going to be feeling once you develop those enterprises to their very end, it also warns you not to take a too big of a bite that you cannot chew up, because again, a constant maintenance. Otherwise, the accomplishment is going to be very, very short-lived. So you may end up with too many stuff that you have to maintain, and, you know, juggling with too many balls, one is bound to drop one or two on the ground. And that said, it will be best, you know, if you constrict yourself only to the stuff you're 100% capable to manage and to maintain. But towards the end of the week here, how things wrap up for you, that is going to be the Devil card. And that card shows that at the end, you are going to have a lot of influence and a lot of power. The influence and the power to satisfy your needs and as well your yearning. So towards the end of the week, literally anything you say is gonna go forward, and basically you will have the aces in your hand here through the Devil card. How you are gonna use that power, that depends entirely on you. But if you do need money, you can use that power to make money. If you do need sex, you can use that power to make one, because you're going to have the influence. For example, you're going to be irresistible, you're going to be exactly the person someone needs, or you're going to be exactly, you're going to have exactly the skills the project needs, and so on and so forth. And so That way, this is going to give you the edge to, if not right away, take for yourself, at least demand what you want, and it will be given to you. But again, it's important that you do that without interfering with anyone else's faith. This was your weekly tarot reading. I hope it helped you, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, you can subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, leave a like, comment on the video as well if you feel the need to do so. Any engagement would help me greatly. And if you do think that this video can help someone you know, you can share it as well with them. Other than that, hopefully we're going to see each other next time. And until then, bye.